Too many times we always want to walk the same journey, go down the same road. But that road is not for us. You gotta follow your heart sometimes. You gotta listen to the spirit that's inside you that's burning and begging to come out. You have to step up and step out and walk that path. Take that road, that lonely, dark, cold road that nobody else wants to take. Sometimes that's where you're going to truly find yourself. In those moments that you think you don't want to do something, those moments that you feel that that's not for me, that's exactly when and where and why you gotta go for it.
You've got two modes in the way in which your brain operates. The default mode and the direct mode. Default I call autopilot. That's like when your thoughts drift. It's when you're on autopilot. It's when you go through your day without even thinking. The direct mode is the mode where you're present, where you're in the moment, where you're controlling what you think about, okay? And I'm gonna teach you to catch yourself when you're on autopilot or default and to take control of what you're thinking about and switch into the direct mode when you need to. And the reason why this is important has to do with a question that we get all the time. What can I do to teach myself to stop thinking worst case scenarios when it comes to making changes in my life? How many of you can relate to that? You know you want to make changes, you've got a lot you want to do in your life, but then you start thinking about those changes and you immediately start catastrophizing. You start worrying, you start thinking about all the reasons why it's not going to happen. This is so common, and the reason why it's common is because somebody in your past either trained you to think this way, or you've had so many bad things happen that you've trained yourself to assume and predict that bad things are always going to happen to you. And that is a terrible, terrible way to live your life. And I know a lot of you do. And so we want to change that. And the reason why it's a terrible way to live your life is because there will be bad things that happen. There will. It's a fact of life. But if you are constantly allowing your mind to default to thinking that bad things will happen, or thinking that you're out of shape, or thinking that you're a loser, or thinking that you're not worthy, or thinking that things aren't going to turn out, it becomes your default mode of thinking.
You are going to cry. You're going to go through hardship. You're going to go through adversity. But this is what's going to set you apart. Don't cry to give up. Cry to be successful. That pain that you're encountering, it's temporary. That pain that you're encountering right now, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now is temporary. How bad do you want it? Are you talking about it or you're being about it? Greatness is no joyride. Greatness is full of adversity and obstacles. How bad do you want it? How dedicated are you to achieving your greatness? Your success depends on the passion that's burning inside of you each and every single day. Don't think about yesterday's problems, yesterday's struggles, and what obstacles you got today. Focus. Focus on the things that you have and not the things that you want. Focus on the people that love you and not the people that hate you. Focus on what and who you want to be and become. Be blessed, be grateful, and say thank you. You should not need a calendar to switch to another number for you to get motivated. If you're waiting for that to better yourself, if you're waiting for that to inspire, to be passionate, to grow, then you are setting yourself up for absolute failure. The world is full of negativity. We don't have to be negative on ourselves. I hear people talking about, I am unlucky, I'm unsuccessful, I am fat, I am ugly. No, you are not. Let's change our I am. It's going to fuel our day. It's going to fuel our life. I am successful. I am powerful. I am great. I am amazing.
The default mode network is a series of neurons in your brain that has automated certain things, okay? And the reason why we have a default mode network is because we need it. When you learn how to do things on default, you can do them without thinking. Very important for you so that you're not taxing your brain all day. When you learn to write with your right hand or your left hand, it becomes part of the default mode network. The problem is thinking patterns become part of your default mode network. So if you're someone who wakes up and you have all these dreams and aspirations, but your default mode is to think about the worst case scenario. Your default mode is to say, I'm an imposter, I'm a loser, I'm not likable, nobody likes me, I'm not lovable. It has become part of your default mode network. And it's super important for you to realize that just like I could go from being a right-hander and teach myself how to be a left-hander, it is the exact same process for you to go from somebody who defaults to thinking negative garbage to becoming somebody who thinks directly. It is going to be a process, not an event. This is the work of changing the patterns in your mind. There's no other way to do it. Now, a couple things I want you to do today. I want you to realize that you are in default mode 46.9% of the time. That's half of the day you're in autopilot mode. That's fine when autopilot are just kind of the things like writing or driving a car or drinking a cup of coffee or pulling on your pants. It's not a good thing when the default mode is I suck, life isn't going to turn out, nobody loves me, I can't do anything right, I'm not worthy. Autopilot's great when it's helpful. It's horrendous for you when it is working against you. Visualization is training you to go from default to direct. That's why it works. Visualization is a form of going from the default mode where you think negative to a direct mode where you're in the right now and you're directing your thoughts and you're in control of what you're thinking. Project yourself into a future state where your self-worth is awesome. What are the things that you do when you live in that state? And that visualization and jumping into the future should give you a clue as to what changes you need to make right now. So today I want to take it a step further. Today, all I want you to do is I want you, as you go out throughout your day, I want you to notice when your thoughts drift. As you go through your day and things are happening, I want you to notice, am I present or am I drifting and saying something that's really nasty to myself? And if you do catch yourself saying something nasty to yourself, here's what I want you to do. I want you to start to write down what is your version of nasty. What is the default mode that got programmed into your brain a long time ago? Maybe it was your mother who said terrible things to you. Maybe it was your father who was abusive. Maybe you were in a relationship that destroyed you. Maybe you had an emotionally abusive boss. Maybe you got a divorce and you feel like you're unlovable. Whatever it is, there's a default mode that you have that we got to get rid of, seriously. And the way that we're going to get rid of it is we got to unearth it. So today, I want you to pay attention. This is going to be a very confronting exercise for a lot of you, because when you shine the spotlight on things that are underneath the surface, you can start to feel heavy. It's normal.
That's the words that have to follow our I am. It's going to fuel your life. Let's start taking it with passion. Let's start being amazing. Use your I am to change the world. If your actions are not in line with your beliefs, stop lying to yourself. There is nobody in this world that can go out there and be great for you. You got to make a conscious decision to stop making excuses, strap up your heart, stick out your chest, and get it done. There's nobody in this world that's going to give you what you want. You're going to have to go out there and get what you want by working hard. Being talented is not good enough. You gotta work hard. You gotta be passionate, and you gotta be grateful. Yes, I said grateful. I've failed over and over and over again, and I've risen to success because of my mindset. Your mindset can be controlled. Your attitude can be controlled by you. Nobody else can control your attitude and your mindset. If you let them, then you're allowing them to own something that belongs to you. That is your property. Oftentimes, we are always looking for excuses to make as to why we are not where we want to be, who we want to be. I am absolutely against excuses. There is no excuse not to let your greatness shine through you. There is no excuse not to give your very best. There is no excuse for making excuses. You have two choices in this planet, in this world. You can execute or you can make an excuse. And guess what? Excuses always make sense to the people that are making them. Excuses are always going to be obstacles that you have to overcome internally. Excuses are what's separating you from owning the life that you want. When you wake up every single morning, I want you to wake up with a smile on your face. Doesn't matter how bad yesterday was. Doesn't matter what you got going on today. And start telling yourself what you want to be. I am rich. I am healthy. I am great. I am amazing. I am a great father. I am a great mother. Whatever you want to be, start your day off with I am. Because what follows your I am is going to shape your day, your year, and your life. Get out of your head and step into your greatness. There is greatness inside of each and every single one of us. Too many times we die with greatness and gifts inside of our heart, inside of our soul, because we are afraid. Afraid to be criticized. Afraid to step out of our comfort zone. Afraid to reach for the best and be the best that we can be. If you fail, it's because you're reaching for something that other people can't see. If you fail, it is not over. If you fall on your back, look up. If you can look up, you can get up. If you want change in your life, you are going to have to change. You're going to have to do something different. You're not going to be able to get up and be doing the same thing over and over again and expect something different to happen, something different to change. If you keep doing that, you are insane. That is the definition of insanity. I'm fired up. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. When somebody questions your passion, your drive, take it personal. Take it personal. When they disrespect you, let them know that nobody stands in your way of your goals. Nobody stands in the way of your dreams. Nobody stands in the way of your ambitions. Don't be a volunteer victim. A lot of our problems in life is self-inflicted wounds. A lot of times as we get older, we tend to conform and we stop growing, we stop building as people inside. No one wants to set goals, nobody wants to keep them. We rather do what's easy in life instead of getting a little bit uncomfortable and growing. That pain that you're encountering right now, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now is temporary. The more intense that pain is, the closer to success you are. So cry, not to give up, but cry to be successful. When you're uncomfortable is when you start to grow. When you're uncomfortable is when you start to build muscles in your mind, in your body, in your soul. Gratitude is the only shortcut to success. Be grateful for what's around you. Don't take it for granted. Get up every single morning and do something that you love. For half an hour, for 10 minutes, for 5 minutes, for an hour. Start small. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. Believe in yourself. Get out your own mind. Step into greatness.